The word photosynthesis is actually two words combined. The first part, photo, means light. Like if you're to take a photograph of something, it means you kind of you record what the light looks like. The synthesis part means to make something. When you synthesize something, you make it. So photosynthesis means to make something using light. Now specifically, we're talking about glucose and fructose, simple sugars. Now, it's a bit of a generalization, but everything likes sugar. Bees want sugar. These ants want sugar. The colours there are just little drops of food colouring added to sugar water. And see how cool that is? And toddlers, children, love sugar, mad for it. This one here would eat your face off if you had a lollipop. Be careful, she'll get you while you sleep. If you were to look at the Earth from space, you'd see three main colours. White, that's obviously the clouds. The blue is the sea, well done. And the green is the land. The reason the land looks green is because of plants. The reason why the land looks green from space is because plants are all over it. They're absolutely all over the shop. They're everywhere. This is because they're very successful. They were one of the first organisms to colonize the land from the sea, and it's because of the special ability they have to make their own food. They never have to go looking for it. They can just make it themselves. And they can do this by using energy from the sun to rearrange the atoms that they take in from carbon dioxide and water. They kind of trap this energy inside a glucose molecule. And they're able to do this because they've got a chemical called chlorophyll. Again, a bit of Latin for you. The chloro part means green, and the phyll means leaf. Now, plants aren't the only organisms that can photosynthesize, but they are really, really good at it. They're experts. Everything about them is specialized to do really well at photosynthesis. To start with, one way that plants in particular are really good at photosynthesis is their chlorophyll, the chemical that lets them do photosynthesis, isn't just floating around in the cytoplasm like it is in a load of other photosynthetic wannabes. In plants, it's organized into the chloroplasts. Now, these are specialized structure specifically for photosynthesis, and it's where all of the cells' photosynthesis is performed. Bit of a side note here, but the reason why plants look green isn't because they use the green light for photosynthesis, it's because they use the other light for photosynthesis and reflect back the green that they don't need. Okay, now it's a pretty good thing for us that they do this photosynthesis, because everyone on this list, you, me, whoever's unfortunate enough to be sitting next to you, the grass growing outside, any pets you have, anyone or anything that's alive at the minute, including plants, need two things. For one thing, we need sugar the whole time. Sugar. Like I said, mad for the sugar. And we're not mad for the sugar like this girl here is, where she's kind of politely eyeing the cake. Oh no. We're mad for the sugar like this crazy little girl here. Mouthful of cake, wants more sugar. Give me the sugar! The reason everything in nature is mad for sugar, right, really wants sugar, is because of the energy that's inside it. And we can use that energy, we can release it to do things. This process is called respiration. Aerobic respiration is when you need air to do it. So what we do is we take that glucose, kind of like the fuel, we combine it with oxygen, and in a way we kind of burn it to give off energy. Now, just like when you burn a fuel, in addition to getting energy, you also get waste products. In our case, we get carbon dioxide and water. Now, if all those living things are respiring the whole time, they're going to use up all the oxygen. There'll be none left. There'll still be air, but there'll be no oxygen in it. Which is why it's a good thing for us that we got plants. Lots of plants. Because when plants photosynthesize, they do the complete opposite of aerobic respiration. They take water, which they get from the soil, and they use its atoms in combination with the atoms from carbon dioxide that they get from the air. And using energy from the sun, they rearrange those atoms through the chemical chlorophyll to make sugar, glucose. And luckily for us, as a byproduct, they also produce oxygen. Now, this is what a glucose molecule looks like. And if you look, it's mainly made of a kind of a hexagon in the middle with other bits sticking off it. And if you remember the chemical formula for that, if you count up the carbons, there's 6 of them, 6 the red ones. If you count up the hydrogen, there should be 12. And if you count up the oxygens, there should be 6 as well. And of course, in addition to the glucose molecule that's produced by photosynthesis, there's also the 6 molecules of oxygen that it's a good thing for us are made as well. These little V-shaped yolks are water molecules, H2O. We've got 2 hydrogen atoms attached to an oxygen atom. Of course, the plant gets this water from its soil. The blue and red yolks are carbon dioxide molecules, where you've got a carbon atom attached to two oxygen atoms. Of course, it gets its carbon dioxide from the air around it. Now, the reason why I'm showing this animation is I want you to see that photosynthesis doesn't just conjure up sugar from nowhere. You're not just making stuff up. You're physically rearranging bits to make sugar. So first the bonds break, or the bonds are broken on the carbon dioxide and water molecules. And then chlorophyll, being controlled by various enzymes in the plant, rearrange those atoms towards the sugar molecule. Whee! And in the end, you end up with the 6 oxygen molecules and the glucose molecule. No magic involved, just rearranging atoms. Alright, well done so far. We're going to take a break here before we look at a little bit more in-depth stuff. But for now, I just want to summarize. Photosynthesis is just when a plant makes its own food by using energy from the sun to rearrange the atoms in carbon dioxide and water. The carbon dioxide it gets from the air, the water it gets from the soil, and it makes into glucose and also produces oxygen as a byproduct. Have a nice day.